Today we're talking Real Housewives of Potomac Reunion Part 1. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What up, AfterBuzz? This is your boy DJ Jesse Janedy here in studio for the Real Housewives of Potomac AfterBuzz TV After Show Reunion Part 1. I'm joined in studio by my favorite ladies in the world. We got Miss Courtney Stewart.
What's up, y'all?
Miss Pink English.
Hello, lovers.
Y'all, we didn't have Atlanta today. We just had Potomac.
I'm
and it's
so
about
sad without Atlanta.
We ain't gonna have no more tea.
Oh, we don't have any more etiquette
No.
classes.
Well, girl.
Well, from Karen, supposedly.
Yeah, I felt like the etiquette came from Andy this episode.
He
because
sure did. He clocked on all of them.
All of them.
I love when Andy's the host of new seasons because it
Yes.
seems like he doesn't know any of the girls. He's not biased towards anyone. What did you guys think?
I appreciate it.
I loved it. I think that finally, I think Karen, she needed a lot of the dirt that was getting thrown at her. It was almost like she was looking in a mirror. Just watch yourself. Look at all the things that you've done.
Do you think
Except
she
she
really
didn't
walked?
receive
Yeah, I
shit.
don't think she
was
really
like,
walked away.
"Oh, I've been this way my whole life. I'm fabulous. Karen doesn't need anybody." And I'm like, Karen, you need somebody, and his name is Jesus. Because
Yeah.
it's all kind of messed up. She was a mess. But her hair, she had it blended.
It blended.
And it looked good.
Yeah.
Shout out to my homie's homie who did the hair. I don't remember who that was,
homie.
but I just heard yesterday that was that.
I actually kind of think she was the best one.
Whoa,
Really?
whoa. Out of all of them?
Because I'm trying to think, because like the little girl, Ashley, she looked cute, but the boobies were looking hangy. Like it just wasn't like uplifted enough.
I just wish
And
Katie
the
had different
mooshed hair.
eyeshadow.
Yeah, that
It
eyeshadow.
grew on me though.
Really?
Really?
Because we talked shit about it last
Yeah.
week or whatever. But yeah, it grew on me. Because when she was talking, it looked really pretty, but it wasn't blended enough.
Enough.
But
Or it was
yeah.
like squared or something.
Yeah,
like.
'cause
I like
that.
I like the whole like look she was going
Yeah.
for, like distressed and
Yeah.
crazy model-esque, whatever. But it wasn't blended.
Yeah,
It
I
needed
agree.
to blend a little bit better.
more.
Yeah.
I think that Ashley's was blended more in the direction that she should have been.
Right.
But then I couldn't give her the win because her dress, even though it was Bob Mackie, looked very pageant
Very tacky.
for me.
they all looked
Bob tacky.
They all
all
looked
that
tacky.
glitter.
It
I
was
was
very
like,
glittery.
it wasn't like the expensive
Yo.
glitter. It
and
was
then the
like
Circle of Life,
sequins.
Robyn.
But
You didn't like the way she looked?
Mufasa lost another baby because that was a mess.
she looked like Rafiki.
That was terrible. It was all terrible.
I didn't mind
I have to hug
it.
something on her.
Stop.
I didn't.
You didn't mind her hair?
No, I
Stop.
actually thought Robyn looked good.
I thought her
God.
face was beat.
Yeah.
Like she
I
was
thought
giving
her face
cute
was
face.
overbeat. Like that dark purple lipstick on her was like.
See, I didn't mind it
whoa.
because it's like the in style right now, and like
It would have been in if her hair was like it was supposed to be big like Diana Ross, which I get
Yes.
excited about.
But it,
whoever
They didn't have enough
it started
extension.
here.
Thank
It
you.
started in the side.
Thank
I
you.
get what you mean. She didn't have tracks all
If
the
you're
way
gonna do
around.
it, girl, do it.
Yeah,
Don't like
yeah,
just
yeah,
do it,
yeah.
do it
now.
do it, do
good.
it. All right,
Yeah,
so
she needed it to wrap around to
Thank
the
you.
end, to
Thank
her
you.
ears.
Thank you.
as a girl.
She got clip-ins in.
Yo, but really, like, how do your edges look like they was tucked up underneath?
Are you talking about Giselle?
Oh.
Sorry.
Yes. Now that is a perfect explanation of how Giselle
I don't know what the hell was going on. Giselle was doing a much.
those
like,
earrings.
Do you think Giselle
But she had to
processes her hair?
bring-
Yes.
I mean, for color, yeah.
When you color your hair, you're
It's a
processing.
process, yeah.
When you're straightening your hair, you're processing it.
That's why I got this on, because I ain't processing my shit today.
Yeah, now bitch, show up on a reunion with this.
Right.
Do that, okay? Whatever.
No, but those earrings and that dress,
Whoever.
she looked like she went down to the alley.
And she had
Santy.
pantyhose on. Did you peep that?
Yeah.
No.
That bitch
Yeah,
had
she did.
She had pantyhose on, and she had on strappy sandals.
I'm gonna choke you.
She had pantyhose
She had on the.
on.
I did like her shoes. She had on the
Yes,
strappy
the shoes
gold
were
shoes.
fantastic. She had on pantyhose.
And Sharice.
You're
has the other
Sharice
one.
had on white pantyhose.
No.
Or at least they looked great.
I'm gonna
like they
choke
looked-
you. Why did I peep any of this?
I'm surprised because you be clocking the most random.
Like, yo, look back at it, Sharice.
Because I'm glad they finally talked about Andrew's missing finger.
Bitch.
Missing digit.
Missing digit, yeah.
How dare you talk about a missing digit?
Speaking of his missing digit,
not etiquette.
let's talk about the missing ring on the digit.
Why is it called the missing digit?
Because pressing your digits?
That's your digit.
Ding, 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 ding.
You
ding,
can only go ding, 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 ding.
Why would it be called?
Ding.
So he could really only do one in the pink, one in the stink.
He can't dial a whole phone number.
Oh no, he could do two in the pink,
type.
one in the stink.
No, but he has more.
Isn't this
he
called
has,
a shocker?
He has more than one digit missing. He had a
She said it was
couple.
just one.
No, it was just
No.
one.
He just got raggedy hands, but there was only one missing digit. It was from a car
Okay, I'm
accident.
not letting I know, man.
Wait, but how did he lose only one finger in that
In a
car accident?
Maybe like
The
one
window
of it
went
got
up on
caught
it?
in the dough, and yeah, it died. Only one died. They didn't have to take
No.
all 5.
He probably been dirty, and some
He was
girl
sticking
came
it
and
in
chopped
something
off
else.
his finger.
Right. It was probably this bitch, like, you ain't gonna give me a ring?
You're not coming to the reunion. Give me my ring back.
All right, let's talk about the ring, though. She didn't have the ring, and
We gonna-
everyone kind of talked about what they would do with the ring. Karen says she would have kept the ring and redesigned it. Of course I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Of
You could
course
sue
I'd
your
keep
ass to
the
get that
ring.
ring back. Y'all know
She
what
would
the law
pawn
is.
it. Karen would be the first woman at the pawn.
Pawn
She would be on Pawn Stars.
What?
Right.
She's
What would y'all
ridiculous.
do?
If I break it off, he gets the ring back. If he breaks it off, I keep the ring.
Do you really want to keep it, though?
Hell yeah.
Really?
Jewelry is jewelry. I didn't say I would wear it, but I would possibly sell it or do something else with it or take the stones out and make a necklace. Like, I don't have emotional attachments to shit like that, so I'd be
see,
good.
I would look at that ring every day and be like, this motherfucker.
I mean,
So you would give it
but what
back?
if you broke it
Huh?
off because it was
You
a
would
good
give it
thing?
back.
I wouldn't give it back. I would throw it out the fucking window and be like, if you want it, it's downstairs.
Do you want to know my response?
Yeah.
Okay. I would keep the damn ring because it's mine. After you've handed it to me, it's mine. I will do as I
Not
please.
legally.
What do you
can
mean?
afford- Legally, if he can, the ring is the contingent upon marriage, and if marriage doesn't happen, he can come after
Who
you for the
signed that
ring.
paperwork?
No,
Yes,
we
it
didn't
is.
sign
I mean,
no
I
agreement.
Yes,
have
it
heard of this.
is.
The guy
But
goes
isn't
back
that
after the
in-
ring.
A guy can
Isn't
go
that
after
in
you for the
certain
ring.
states?
I mean, I'm sure it changes from state to state, but
Because
just so you know, you might have to
Listen.
sue her for it, but you can possibly get it back.
honey, you ain't getting
y'all
this
don't
ring
know.
back, baby.
English is
We know
blue is
Pink
in the
loves her
studio
rings,
audience.
too.
I do. I didn't wear my other rings, but you know I love my rings and all my jewelry, okay? I don't have time to be returning things. I don't keep receipts. I throw receipts away because I don't make returns. Thank you very much and hallelujah.
The first rule of etiquette is what? Don't speak about etiquette.
Thank you.
All
Right.
these bitches have done it, though.
Yes.
And then this bitch writing the book, and she
Ad
don't even know the rules to the
nauseam.
book.
At all. Karen has made herself, she even made herself look worse on this
Girl,
reunion.
she looked like Kenya.
Yeah, her and Kenya just need to be friends.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I kind of really I love Karen for what she does for the show, but I could never actually sit and like have a real life conversation with her
You
because
don't
it would
think
just.
so? I think it would be fun.
I think she's too delusional
why
for
it
me.
would be fun, 'cause
Where like
she's a
Kenya owned up to
character.
certain things, it would be like I feel like Karen would really be
Oh, like
sitting
in an
in a
interview, no, but like a chat, like over hot
Taping hot tea.
taping hot tea. We could do that.
But you would laugh the whole time.
Exactly.
It-
Oh,
but,
see, I
but
wouldn't
then,
do that.
but then she would try to read you like
Yes.
for filth in like
Yeah.
the worst way, but it would be hilarious.
And
so then
all
you would
have
laugh
to be like,
more.
Bitch,
so
where are
then,
your edges?
Right.
bitch where?
Wait a minute.
Where?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. All right.
Still don't see him.
She said, yes, of course I was the reason Beyonce called out the black Bill Gates.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And Sharice brought up a
twirl.
comment
And twirl.
about how she was like, what's really weird is when I first met Karen, the
That.
first
And I
thing
believe
that
100% of that.
and she said my first idea was stay away from this
woman.
lady.
I never want to see her again.
Yeah, I would think the same thing. She cuckoo.
Yeah.
To me, Sharice won the whole reunion because
She really did.
She looked the most. She gave the most elegant as far as responses. I was
Yes.
surprised how many
She had no
people she
pantyhose
shaded.
on. But she
Whoa.
was very angry.
Yeah.
And I hope maybe next episode we're going to find out exactly why. But she was angry as hell at Giselle.
She would.
And she's angry at
Karen.
Karen. So I'm interested to see where all that came from.
But
because she she probably watched back this season was just like, they're horrible.
I mean,
and she didn't show her face as a horrible person.
Well, she started out horrible and then she got better.
She didn't really do anything really bad.
Stank ass attitude, and once she fessed up to like her marriage situation and like got really real, I feel like she became more likable. Before that, I wasn't down for that ghetto comment when she's like, "They're so ghetto, bitch. You're ghetto. Like, you stop." I don't appreciate that.
Did you appreciate the Black Bill Gate comment? Like, because I didn't think of it until they all started going in at it. But then it really it is kind of a really problematic statement when you make something like that. Like, because but I guess I don't know. It's just because
why are you introducing yourself as that?
Like
why don't you just? I hate when people have to tell me who they are. I rather your actions or what you have show me.
Well,
I don't believe in.
Come on, English.
But I don't believe that she should be walking around introducing. Hi, I'm the Black Bill Gates.
But she's from the damn farm, so this is the best
that's how
situation.
She gives herself status, because it's not like she's saying I'm Karen Huger because I'm amazing and you will know who Karen Huger is because I've done such amazing things. It's I'm Karen Huger. I'm the wife of so and so who is the Bill Gates. Like she has to add all of that to give herself some legitimacy.
And Mariah Carey would still be like, I still don't know her.
Who.
So they talk about the event. Karen said, my event was a cocktail party.
She knew it was going to be a
Pre-gala
cocktail
for the event, and everyone knew this.
Well, when is the event going to be? In 2 years.
Bitch, what? Sharice was like, you need a 501c. She's like, we got that. Okay, then, honey, we need to start doing it now.
Like, what are we waiting for 2 years?
She has the worst lies and excuses.
Yeah, whatever come off the top of her head.
Honey, they plan the Met Gala every year. On time, on the first Monday. They raise like $15 million every year, and you worried about you can't plan.
I enjoyed your non-event.
Thank you.
Girl, what are you doing? You are 80 years old on stage yelling at these women for no reason.
And being so rude and nasty to Ashley.
So
like,
nasty,
she just has...
Thank you.
Rude.
Also, did you guys think...
Oops.
Why was Karen and Giselle sitting where they were sitting? Because I feel like Ashley should have been next to Katie.
Yes.
Like, they didn't do, like, on Real Housewives of Atlanta, they put the teams almost on the sides, and I felt like they totally mixed it up.
Well, I don't think there are teams.
Well, because they haven't really established teams, and they just started doing this on Atlanta. This was the first year we actually got to see teams, because usually they mix the girls up. Remember, we saw Kenya and Portia sitting on the same couch one time. So this is the first season that I've actually seen them do teams.
Yeah, they did that with Kenya and Portia, but I feel like that was because the true team age at that time was
the new girls versus
Nene
OGs.
and Nene versus Kenya, so they would obviously be on opposite sides of the couch, and then Nene and Cynthia were having problems, so that was easier to set that up. I feel like in Potomac shit, they all them hoes on.
No, I feel like they said, okay, Giselle and Karen have to sit in the head seats. I felt like it was like based off of that.
I mean,
because they two technically are the leaders of the show.
Pack.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Come on, Ashley is not the leader.
Karen
of the
is
show.
the leader. To me, Karen is the leader of the show.
Between her and Giselle.
But Giselle, really though?
But
Giselle's the leader of problems.
Okay,
of causing issues with
and
everybody.
they sold us this show as Giselle as one of the leaders. She was doing all the press runs. She was doing all the press for the show. Giselle, they hyped up all this stuff about Giselle. She let us down.
Yeah.
In our heads now, we're like, she's not anybody.
We like her and her kids, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. But not for a
boring.
spinoff.
And it's funny how she didn't want to talk about how her house was rented. She didn't say nothing to that.
But I mean, we knew she was divorced. Did anybody think she owned that house? I didn't.
No, but the thing is how...
I mean, with his kids, I would assume maybe kind of, yeah.
No, I wouldn't have. At least not that one.
Especially they keep talking about he's trying to get back with her.
It looked like a temporary space. At least I hope. Like,
right,
I would have hoped it was a temporary
We're going to step out of these murky waters right now, y'all. All right, so they're talking about this event. She said... You show up and you take... they're basically saying to Katie, like, girl, you just show up at these events, you take pictures, and you don't even be donating money. She gonna name the one event that we seen her at and be like...
She ain't got no money.
But it's really true, girl, because at the end of the day, you was out at these events hunting people down, like, can I use your Rolodex? Because I need people with money.
Well, she thinks that her stock is that she's beautiful, so all she needs to do is take a picture at the event. Because
Yes, you are beautiful.
Because she gets paid for actually taking pictures. So that's how she makes money.
She used to.
She used to. What does she do now? And now that she and Andrew have broken up, where are them and them kids gonna live?
Well,
they don't have a. She calling out Giselle for renting a house.
She owns a house. We saw. He proposed to her on the farm.
Oh, yeah.
That's her house. She owns it.
Moving on back
her family house.
No, she said she bought it when she was modeling. And it seemed like a beautiful place.
Yeah,
well, go on back to your farm, girl.
And if you go on her,
missing digit,
missing digit. If you go on her Instagram, there's like no pictures of Andrew.
Well,
she's one of those. I could totally see her.
I mean, she wrote a blog about Russell Simmons.
But later, she didn't delete all the old ones. Just all the recent ones. She hasn't.
Well, I'm glad she's free of Andrew because that seemed doomed to fail anyway.
And Karen, in her sloppy opinion, I'm happy for you, girl.
Yo, she really looked bipolar in this whole episode because she'd be like yelling at someone, but then when Katie would crack a joke, she'd be,
she's crazy.
She's
crazy, but her teeth look really good.
Maybe she's on some
Congratulations,
medication.
wherever you bought those.
She might be.
Maybe.
Zoloft.
Cherie said, I didn't have to act like I was from Potomac because I am. I just bought a house, and I love you, Cherie's girl, but you didn't buy that house. Your rich husband who don't want to be in your house with you bought that house, and he gonna take care of you for the rest of your life, girl. So you said that's why I feel like she
the kids out the house, and then he gonna be like, okay, the kids.
But they don't have a prenup, so he's gonna have to take care of her.
Yeah, because I feel like
one way or the other.
She seems too comfortable. Like I feel like the kids guilt or they have some sort of thing where she's like, I'm good. Because she seemed a little too
without
comfortable.
a prenup, she's definitely good.
Chill.
But still, even without a prenup, good may not be good as you at right now. Because we got to split it up.
But Charisse did say that she does hear that Katie does go to events. Nobody else. She ain't never seen her.
Nobody else claims to do it, really. Do they?
Karen,
other than
Karen.
Right? So she was clocking Karen.
All right.
But who doesn't?
Well, none of them have jobs, so that's probably what they all do.
Robyn has a job.
She's the only one.
She does PR.
Oh.
What is Giselle?
I totally see like
Giselle
Robyn working at like a Bennigan's, like.
You said Robyn works at Bennigan's?
I could see her like, hey guys, what can I get you?
Aww.
I totally could.
It is true.
Ashley has a job. She's running a restaurant.
She's sucking dick and rich dick too, and he put her in position.
Oh, so I listened to her.
The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club interview.
Was it tea or was it?
Charlemagne was just really digging into her. I'm like, you know what? I'm really applauding you. You know what? You show girls how they can just get out there and get a rich man, and they can come up. You really came up. You were a bartender. This is what bartenders can get you guys, basically.
And how was she reacting?
She was just like, oh my gosh, Charlemagne. Like, I'm not saying that you have to. And he was like, do you have a prenup? He was like asking her all, and she was giving a lot of more answers like, oh, I get a house, I get 2 houses out of this, I get
she
this.
said that on the show. Yeah.
And his worth is $20 million, and she's worth $2 million.
Yeah. Good for them. They're doing all right. And go him, because he lost a lot in the crash in 2008, and he still came back from that. So.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. The Washington Post had an article about them, and a really nice layout. We talked about it last week. Yeah, you should check out the article. But he came back from a lot of financial.
Oh, good for him.
So good for him. Go ahead,
so,
Kid and Michael, that's why you
they
like
have something in common. So Karen, let's talk about Karen and her eye candy. So she says Ray gives her permission to look, but he can't look at girls.
She says he can, but everybody else is like, oh, hell no, Karen, you
and
lying.
The fact that she thinks that everybody's looking at Ray.
She's like, I do think that. No, honey, no.
Nobody wants Ray.
No, Cruella, nobody wants Ray. No.
Like, Ray seems like one of those guys that are on sugardaddies.com that's trying to get girls.
That is probably
I was going to say on some.
Sugar babies.
Yeah, sugar babies and all those sites. He's probably on Ashley Madison. He's probably on those kind of sites.
And he would totally proposition and be like, hey girl.
Yeah.
You want to roll with it?
Yeah.
And you'd be like,
you want to roll with a nice nigga like me?
Oh my God.
Wait, what was his bartender?
Oh, Carol.
He just wait for Carol. He light up his cigar.
Come here, Carol.
And Carol, she roll over with the
liquor cart
with the black label. Oh no, it's probably blue.
Brandy.
It's probably blue.
The liquor cart.
Hey,
you
Ray.
want me to pour it on now? I lick it off.
Take her like 5 minutes to pour
Like
into
we
the cup.
used to do.
Yes.
They just have slow old sex. I can't.
It might be a jackrabbit.
But Ashley thinks that Karen propositions Ray too much and that he really doesn't want it.
Wow, that was so funny.
She said, like that scene of you guys in the garage where you said, "Ooh, do you want round 2?" And he was like, "What was round 1?"
She had the whole skit planned down.
No, you know, Ashley, the type of girl, she was like, she was on AfterBuzz. This bitch went back and was taking notes.
Yes.
Like,
Did you just say no? And then Karen's
And
like,
I will
well, he
throw
followed
this
me
on
into the
this
house.
line. She was using it like O.J. Simpson. I'm going to trial tomorrow, and I need to be prepared. So if she throws this line at me, I'm going to say,
Yep.
So was it round 1 or round 2? Well, I don't even remember round 1. She was like, ready.
Oh, God.
Then they get to the outdated kitchens. I can't. They get to the outdated kitchens.
Bad.
And
They were bad.
Her comeback was, "Well,
Horrible.
can you afford $10,000 a month?" And I can't. But I sure wouldn't be
But
paying
if I
$10,000 per month for
could,
that.
Thank you. If I could, then I should have more equity in my house at this point because you've obviously been living there for 20 years.
Yeah, and if I'm paying
Update your
$10,000 a
kitchen.
month, bitch, when you walk into my foyer, you gonna feel like you at a gala, not at a damn.
And there's no way if she's owned that house for
been
25
at
years
least 20,
that
25 years.
she's paying $10,000 a month and it's not paid off for 25 years.
Yeah.
Something ain't right,
Well,
Karen.
maybe they had to take a second and third mortgage or something.
There's no way.
The Black Bill Gates?
What do you
Fix her
mean?
right
Breasts.
teeth or something.
Or her teeth?
No, I highly doubt that they're paying $10,000
I don't think
a
they are
month.
either,
She's
but-
lying about that, like everything else. Bye, Karen.
And if they
Lights
are
on
epic
her
fail,
back.
why are you still paying $10,000 a month on this house?
Nothing to brag about.
Well, word on the street is Giselle is
It's
word on the street.
But it's a short street. and
Right.
nobody
I was
drive
like,
on.
right, with no addresses.
Sharice was real quick to clock that.
She
too.
sure was.
And then Katie came in. Oh, and the other thing is Karen is not the grand dawn of Potomac. And then that's where we got the clowning of the missing finger.
So Katie went from having to get schooled on how to be Katie, you need to speak up for yourself. You need, and this reunion, she brought some of that shade from Andrew that she was throwing at him, brought some shade from Andy, and she was in full throttle in Shadeville.
She was setting her up like
Yes, she was.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yes. So what you gonna do? What, call security?
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna fight me?
Like,
No.
what?
A fan asked Ashley why she let her mom go bankrupt. Ashley said, well, I mean, we kind of heard that storyline where
And
her mom was like, I didn't want to
obviously
take her
wasn't
money.
trying to take no money. Yeah.
That was a stupid question for Andy to even ask.
No, but the funniest part was the lead-in where he said, well, your mom's 50. These women are about that
50.
age. Do you look at them
And
like
those
your
mother
mom?"
figures. She's
Not
like,
at all.
oh, don't go there, Andy.
What did you guys think about the Giselle in the bush comment about Ashley's hair?
I think Giselle likes to say any rude stuff, like how she said about Katie. Katie, why are you hanging around white people? You know white people don't like you. She goes too far. I think she just wants, she has like diarrhea of the mouth where she has to say something really mean. And I don't think she understands what she's actually saying.
Do you guys look at it hypocritical though, where she's saying, okay, Katie, you don't love your blackness, you don't rep your blackness,
Yep.
but then you calling this girl, you calling her hair a bush.
I
Isn't
will
that
say
a little bit derogatory?
But I also think based on where she's from and her age group, her hair looked like that when it's not pressed out.
And
but
wigged
she
up.
grew up in a space where her shit had to be pressed out all the time. Like my grandma will say the same shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't necessarily think that's an attack on blackness. I think it, in her category, just like my mom's category, they still don't accept natural hair as your hair being done. Like they're like,
But I don't think
I think she came from it in a mean place.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't think in her mind it was an
It's
attack
like the
on blackness.
eight sheets in the wind. Like, bitch, where are you pulling that comment from?
Yeah,
like,
I
isn't
think she
that
was being an
old
asshole
saying?
for sure, but I don't think that it was an attack on the blackness in that way.
Well, it just was interesting because it's like she comments about all
Race.
these racial things, and then it's like if you are this conscious of racial.
We already talked
I
about this,
know.
Jesse. We know
It's
she
just
got
crazy.
issues because she has had to define her blackness her whole life because everybody been calling her biracial with them damn green eyes. And she
And
been
blonde
hurt
hair.
by herself.
Well, maybe she should
I don't
not
think she's
color her
actually
hair
blonde.
blonde.
Exactly.
Maybe then people would actually really not care.
No, they still would because it would be dark hair and she got some severely green eyes.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
they're not even like hazily. Like they're.
Do we think that they might have been injected?
Shut up, Tiny.
Scrape that shit off, maybe. Shit, I don't know.
Girl,
The
once
fact
they
that
That's
people do that.
scary.
Yeah, I
just
can't with
can't.
that shit.
There's no
No
way.
way.
You couldn't pay me.
No, not going down.
No
Not
thanks.
going down.
All right, so Ashley, then we get the conversation of Ashley twerking on Robyn, and then she said, "Why did you have to call me a thought?" She said, "Thought-tish." And did Robyn ever say that Giselle was jealous of Ashley in a joking way?
Well, not
though?
jealous of Ashley, but she did say that she's mean and not necessarily the kindest to the pretty new girls.
Which is explains
Which
it all.
exactly.
Clarissa explains it all.
It was very clear and very obvious.
Yeah.
We get to the crab boil conversation where they bring up Karen's phony as a $10 bill, where she meant to say a $3 bill, and she said, "I own it. It was a fraudulent slip."
And then homegirl Katie said, "Oh no, you mean Freudian? No, that still doesn't apply. That wasn't a Freudian slip. Like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?"
like she's thinking about a $10 bill. No. All right.
Do y'all even know what any of those words mean?
I don't even know why they even showed us that.
Because Andy is shading them.
Yeah, he's dragging
in the edit
them.
room. Like, look how dumb they sound.
All right, so the crab boil. Giselle brings up Karen referencing Cal as the help. She said, "I'm clearly a woman," because he had said something to her, basically referencing her as a man. She said, "I'm clearly a woman, and if not, I might have to take Cal to the back." Like, for you to be called, isn't that thottish behavior? Isn't that thottish commentary?
And after you were so mad about Ashley having her husband come and stay in the house, and it's like, how dare he see me walking around with my titties swinging from east to the west, from north to the south.
My breasticles.
Yeah, like,
Maybe
then,
that's why she was so upset about it, because she,
And then all of a
she
sudden-
can't control herself, and she would be like, "Don't you want to play with them? Look." Like, maybe she's one of those people. So she tries to pretend like it's such an intrusion when really she would be the one.
But
aggressor
then the
in
next
situation.
minute you want to say, "Oh, my husband's going to be so offended." Wouldn't your husband be offended by you saying maybe take Cal in the back and show him how you're a woman?
I would think so, because to me,
Hello?
I'm sitting
How
out
is
here
that
like, girl, what
etiquette?
you gonna do with Cal?
I think Ray don't care.
Ray's not even
Ray's
watching
like,
this reunion.
whatever.
Ray's just sitting in his in the green room, just waiting for them.
These mints are pretty good.
Do we get pork chops after this?
She said, all right, but calling him the help. She said it wasn't the nicest term, but I thought he was working. Karen then says, that's not offensive. I used to work at a drive-thru before. Robyn shaded her and said, "Girl, they didn't have no headphones back in the day like that." And then Karen threw in, "Oh, Robyn goes low. She has a voice all of a sudden."
Rude.
Karen, who wrote your jokes this year?
know.
Like, I'm just like,
I don't know. She's reading them off her
Imagine
chest.
Karen asking you what you want to order from Burger King. "Hi, welcome to the menu. How can I help
she didn't sound
you?"
like that when she was working at Burger King.
What
How do you think she sounded?
Hey, welcome to
What y'all want?
Virginia.
welcome
She
to
was in
Wiener
Virginia.
Schnitzel.
Y'all.
You want one of them corn
You know, it was a
dogs?
Burger King girl. He was working at Crystal.
She said Burger
Church
King.
chicken. Oh,
He was
she did
working
say.
at- She said Burger King, but it was Crystal. She
Yeah.
was working at Crystal Burger.
You want one of them corn
You want
dogs?
10 cent? You want 10-cent burgers?
Ooh, 10-cent burgers.
Back in
Oh,
the
back
day.
in that day.
I'm sure
yeah.
back in that day.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Maybe they were 30 then.
Well, Karen is 39, so I don't know why you guys are getting mad about
She's
that.
us. If
Girl.
she's 39, I'm 12.
Why are you out here lying? Charisse is upset with Karen for starting the fight at her crab boil. Karen said, "If that offended you, I truly apologize."
And thank you, Andy, for correcting every single season of every Housewives of Yo Mama. Has always, "I'm sorry if you feel offended."
If negates everything. Once you
Obviously,
say-
I did, or you wouldn't need to apologize. So shut the fuck up and just apologize.
Just say, "I'm sorry, I messed up."
Thank you.
So we get Robyn and Wong conversation. She
You
says,
said Wong.
Wong. It should be Robyn and Wrong because she doesn't date. She says, "I'm not sure if he does or not, but you know that. That's why you ain't married yet. That's why you don't get
want to
married
trust
back
your
to
heart
him."
back to him.
She
'cause
says that
clock-
they think that they might get
he
married.
clocking Becky on the side.
She's not in love with him. She said he cheated on me way too many times, and us as women who date athletes, we kind of have to turn a blind eye to that. You don't have to. You do not.
to.
You can choose to do whatever you want. And if you know this, that he been fucking these bitches multiple times and you choose to stay in that, that is your choice. Now, I appreciate that you are doing this for the kids and the family. I want to make sure that's what you're all really doing it for.
Because it's not. You're being delusional. You still haven't even talked to the kids about this. Like, and so what if there's one big blow up, or what if he cheats again? Then it'll be like...
Well, now it's not considered cheating. So she thinks she's protecting herself.
How?
That's so weird, girl.
But if he doesn't come home for 2 nights and he sleeps in your bed, aren't you gonna be calling him? Where are you? Where are you at? What time you coming home? What time exactly?
But then you're gonna sit up here. She's like, we have lots of sex, but it's not passionate. It's just for sexual needs. No, that's your sexual needs, girl, because he's knocking it off.
Robyn needs to go to church.
She's scared.
She needs to go to church.
She's scared to love again.
I think
and scared to let go of what was. And so it's easy and it's familiar to just get it in a little bit to knock the edge off. Same old dick, man. You know?
No, Courtney.
I'm not condoning it. Like, do you?
Just,
but I understand it.
Right now.
I understand why she's doing it. It's sad.
She needs to go to therapy.
She's cute. She works. She's got 2 kids. Let that brother go. Because obviously being on the coaching staff is not making enough money because it didn't keep your house. So why do you need him there? Y'all can co-parent.
Because she's in love with him.
And you've
she
lost now everything that probably you got rid of your wedding dress. Now you lost your damn house.
Go get a condo, 2-bedroom apartment somewhere with your boys. Be like, babe, come over anytime you want.
I'm sure they're renting something in Giselle's building.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
All right, so she said the friend who stole the money killed himself, and that's what kind of brought them together. And I'm like, sounds a little faulty, concrete.
I think that Juan was like, oh my God, my best friend killed himself, and he took all our money. And she was like, oh, baby, I love you. And they were like, oh, we have sex that night because we're all depressed because we ain't got no money. So then she felt like they were rebonded again, and really they were just fucking because they're broke.
No, like Juan seems like a smart cheater. Like he knows when his pockets of when he can do stuff, when he needs to show up so that to show face.
He has to be sure have some kind of smarts to be telling a woman, we're not going to be together. I will live in your house. I won't pay any bills, and I don't know how to put together a Home Depot cabinet.
And let her think that it's all her idea.
Yes.
Because she is buying into it 100%. Like, this is my idea. I'm fine with this. This is great. Girl, no, you not. He the father of your babies. You know you still got feelings. Let my people go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Girl, like you should be on Loving Hip Hop right now. All right, so Ashley on the bankruptcy and the $25 in bank. Robyn's like, you had joy spreading that news.
And she did.
I mean,
they were gossiping.
That's,
That's what the show's all about.
Then she tried to compare it to Giselle reading. Well, Katie tried to compare it to Giselle reading her blog. That's 8 sheets to the wind, girl.
Katie.
Giselle, I expect that from Karen, not from you.
Right. Listen, Giselle is just as old as Karen.
I mean, because what is Giselle, like 46? So she's probably got maybe 5 years.
She has like those like liners too, like what? Like she has like those old like
she just finished watching like a DMX video.
Like she was popping in 95.
Yeah.
And
like her lines
Giselle
are
had
like
them apple bottom jeans, the boots with the fur, and she had the bamboo earrings.
I'm sure all the guys are clocking Giselle.
Oh yes, for sure. Giselle was that one.
She was.
All right, so then we talk about the butt grabbing, race conversation, biracial argument, where Katie is surprised on how focused Giselle and Robyn are on racism. Giselle feels that Ashley is not proud of her blackness. She said, "You sported." She said to Katie, "Excuse me." That's why you knew you did something wrong. That's why you sported the Jackson 5 afro.
And they panned to the picture.
But my thing is like her afro literally looks exactly like her mom's afro, and so I'm kind of like.
You're kind of like, what?
I don't know, like, what do you keep, like...
Well, she was getting at the point that she said at the party that what was cut from the conversation was that whatever Katie said leading into that comment seemed derogatory towards the black portion of you. Just like we were talking about before, how something about having a little something else in you other than just black makes you better. So I assume, based on that comment, that what she said was similar to that. It was the whole idea of like, oh, well, this portion is a little bit better because it's not really just black, and I'm not just black. Giselle, being in her feelings about not being black enough, got offended and upset, and that's where the conversation like led from there. So I mean, it doesn't excuse Giselle, but at the same time, it's the same argument. She's sensitive because she got green eyes. That bitch sensitive because she half Jewish and don't want to claim just being black. So there you go.
There you go.
That's where the Dumb and Dumber comment came in, and on that note, let's head into predictions.
They all seem like middle school girls.
Yeah.
Like they fought very middle school.
I can't even believe we have to do next week of this.
I can't believe they squeezed two episodes. They drew these two episodes.
They were able to pull off.
So are they pulling the husbands on? What?
Well, one of them.
Oh God.
No, because Ray's supposed
Ray
to be
will
there.
show up. I saw the white guy.
Ray, Michael.
So Andrew was supposed to be there.
I think Juan shows up.
Oh, okay, Juan.
And then
Finally, we get to see Juan and Robyn in the same room together.
You missed when he said,
yeah.
"You are the love of my life."
Oh yeah, I saw it.
And they were gonna watch what movie?
Kung Fu fighting.
No.
Were they putting together that thing?
What's
Black
his name?
dragons.
Yeah, Bruce Leroy. Damn it,
What is
Bruce
it
Leroy.
called? I don't know. Twin dragons.
Last Dragon.
The Last Dragon.
All right, so next week we're gonna get all that stuff. Katie's gonna dish about what happened with Andrew.
I'm excited about that.
Really? No.
I mean, I want to know.
I'm just happy it's not happening.
She gave the ring away yesterday. Like, why? Did he?
And
get
he was
caught
supposed to be there.
in another vagina.
Probably.
In that ugly ass room you put in his house.
Just like Atlanta, we get another "is the husband gay" comment. Then we're gonna get Mike versus Karen because Michael says, "I don't understand what you're saying and thinking," and she said, "I am a woman. Do not address me."
He's like, "Are you wearing a dress? Are you one of the ladies?" Shut up, Karen.
Katie says, "My children don't look black."
In reference to the box checking.
But they are.
Well, if they don't look black, then okay. Shit. What do you want me to do with that?
If they don't look black, then they ain't black, y'all.
Then let her check off that other and write Jew.
Check other and write Jew, exactly. Jew-Malaysian or Jew Negro, whatever you want to make up.
But she probably doesn't consider them black because they're like 75% not black.
Which is, I mean, if you're not received by the world as a black person, then I'm not mad at you being like the issue we've had in the past.
Your mother is black. She looks black.
Yeah,
so.
she looks black, but if they're
She's like,
outgrown,
actually, I'm Cherokee.
I can't with all these definitions.
It's too much, but it's funny like to figure out like what, because it isn't something that they're gonna have to address because they will identify as something as they grow up. So that's the culture we live in. So
that's their life.
A box culture, y'all.
I ain't gotta worry about that. I'm just black.
Me too.
I just write black.
Last
Me too.
but not
like
least,
African American. Nah, I'm just black.
you scratch out African American and put other right black.
Because I don't even know what part. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get to be Nigerian American on it. Whatever. That's
what if I put nude?
You put hot pink.
Gray.
All right, so Karen
salmon.
and Giselle versus Charisse, and this is what I'm excited for because it's like, why is Charisse on this?
Because Charisse she got some attitude. She's upset.
She votes for Katie. When she came here, her and Katie did the media tour together.
Right.
And it seemed like that really was the only person she was taken up for. And when they said, would you let any of the women come back to the house, Ashley only said Katie, and I was kind of confused. Like, well, Charisse didn't really do.
Yeah, Charisse seemed like she had a good time.
No, she probably wasn't mad at Charisse.
But Charisse was trying to leave on their first night.
Well, she cracked it. Yeah, she cracked a couple jokes.
But she apologized.
And sucked it up.
She apologized. Remember?
I just thought that one was
but
interesting.
But she's also boring, I would imagine.
Charisse?
In terms of with Ashley. Like, I don't feel like she would be like,
yeah,
fun
Charisse is like, let's
Ashley.
get drunk over white wine. And Ashley's like, fuck that. I want fucking
whiskey and dildos everywhere.
I'm with Charisse. She likes champagne and
me
sitting
too.
on the couch or by the
Well,
wait a minute.
That's all we got for you guys this week. Make sure you guys hit us up on AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You guys can keep in contact with me everywhere on social media at DJ Jesse J.
I'm everywhere at Stewart Starlet.
You guys can always find me on Instagram at Pink English as well as on Twitter English Speak.
Till next week, same time, same place. Peace.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. That's the only thing you put in it.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.